Ezra. This is Keegan. Welcome to another Overthunk album review. Today we're going to be talking about Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy.
That's unlucky. Yeah.
Privacy? Privacy.
I'm more of a privacy man.
You're more of a privacy
man?
man?
Yeah, I don't know.
I took you for an exhibitionist.
Not quite.
Not quite? I like to let the fruit hang free.
Good Lord.
Not low-hanging fruit, we're young men.
Cheapers.
Close to the undercarriage.
We're getting there though.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
We'll get it.
We really are.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Quarter century, man.
Oof. Yeah, don't give away our age on camera, man.
Okay.
Come on,
It's not good etiquette.
That's not the way to go. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about Cardi B's debut album.
Mm-hmm.
A year ago, if you told me that I would be doing a review on a full-length Cardi B serious rap project, I would have said, "Shut up, Keegan!"
In that accent?
I would have, because it would
Maybe
have
in
been
that
so
accent,
incredulous that I
would
have
need a wacky accent.
I would become Billy Eichner. Just, shut up! You drove me here! That's a Parks and Rec reference that I think no one's going to get.
And it has no place in this review.
At all.
At all.
At all. Well, Billy Eichner is good friends with Nicki Minaj.
Okay. Yeah, okay, there's a path there.
Yeah,
we could get there.
Cardi is now kind of Nicki's rival.
Yeah.
So, here we are.
Yeah, quick thoughts.
Quick thoughts. Cardi B's rise from stripper to social media star to budding rapper to full-blown rap star has been meteoric, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of that is due... Oh, and reality TV star. How can I forget Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah.
Well, I can easily forget it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it either, but it's a thing.
It's
on
a
her
thing.
CV.
It's out there, on her curriculum vitae. But it's very much her raw, unfiltered personality.
Yeah.
I think that is the draw. It's the reason that people... she has this magnetic presence that really draw people in, and that's really extended past her, what would be her target audience. It's the reason I think that she is a household name at this point. And I think the irony is not lost on me that her album is called Invasion of Privacy, where her whole brand is built on zero privacy, the fact that she makes everything open to everyone.
I'm pretty sure that's the sort of irony she's getting at,
And I thought that maybe that would be unpacked on this album. A little bit disappointed in that regard, but we did get a very unfiltered, a very raw look at where Cardi B is at on not what I wasn't expecting production-wise. I think I wasn't expecting much going into it, but I think I kind of got what I thought I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So it sort of met your expectations, just a solid meat.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to go in, so I wasn't a massive Cardi B fan.
No. Yeah.
Her social media stuff's not really for me. No. I get the appeal. For women, it's cool, just because historically men have been kind of allowed to be whatever, and then women had to have this kind of put on appearance, and I think that's cool. I think that's empowering, whatever. Voice is a bit much for me.
Her voice is
like in terms of her talk, like her social media stuff, like her
talking, not her actual
her
voice.
rapping. Okay. So I've never really been into that, and I'll be honest, when Bodak Yellow dropped, it's really underwhelmed. It's a nice. The production's pretty good. Like that's a solid trap beat, and for what it is supposed to do, which is be a club banger, did its job. And I wasn't in the camp that was really excited for this album on the back of Bodak Yellow. But it was on my radar, because I think, if I'm correct, different to you, she was kind of in my world a lot. Like she was invading my privacy.
I somehow managed to sort of avoid all the buzz around her.
Wow.
Leading up to this album, I have no idea how. I sort of just somehow tuned myself out of it. So as a result, I had no real expectations, or I didn't know what to expect with this album. And the fact that it engaged me at all, I think is
to its credit.
Yeah, definitely. But it's definitely nothing in terms of sound that brought that. it's not really in terms of bars or lyrics. That it's not really that aspect of it that sort of held my attention. It's just her personality and just how unapologetically raw and bare she is. Not literally, but
well,
but yeah, that's the element of this that sort of saw me through this project. Though nothing really new in terms of like everything that I got, I was sort of expecting from this sort of mainstream rap. Oh,
yeah. Cool. What were you thinking in terms of the sound? I mean, for me, I felt like there were really only two switches, two modes, two gears to this album, which was the kind of the Cardi B we've come to expect. So the crazy, unhinged, loose cannon.
The singles.
Firing from the hip Cardi B, which I think is the strength of this album.
Yeah.
Kind of tracks like Drip.
Bodak Yellow.
Brick and Head?
Yeah.
Brick and Head. Money Bag, Bodak Yellow, those sort of ones, and they have some decent kind of trap, I guess, kind of pop hip hop. If we're being honest, it's very much in vogue. That's what's hot right now. They're mixed decently enough. No complaints really.
Yeah.
I guess like Cardi B's voice does really cut through the mix, but it's I think it's just because where she is tonally. I don't think it was a mixing issue.
No.
She sits in a really different range from what we're used to in hip hop. Like if we're thinking about, let's say, Nicki, where she kind of fluctuates. She's got this kind of very broad range, or you've got your sort of Rhapsody who sits in your mid to low end, same as like No Name, those sorts of things, whereas Cardi's really in that kind of that's where she sits, which does open up, I think, interesting opportunities in terms of production, because then you can go with a lot of different sounds that don't really clash with her voice, which is different, but other than that, it was kind of one note in that regard.
So then what's the other gear?
And then the other gear is her very kind of emotional relationship track.
Yeah.
Which there were two and when I'm saying there were two gears, 90% of the album for me felt like the first gear, and then the two tracks that weren't were Be Careful and Through Your Phone.
Yes.
And
there's a track with Kehlani. What's that one called?
I think that's Through Your Phone.
Is that Through Your Phone?
Yeah.
No, that's not Through Your Throne.
Is it not?
No.
Through Your Throne.
Through Your Throne.
Kehlani.
Ring.
Yes.
So there's three.
There's three, yes. And I'll be honest, I hated Ring more than I did Through Your Phone and Be Careful.
Yeah.
I thought Kehlani's delivery on that track was so weak,
generic,
almost bored, which was weird because I feel like if you're going to feature on a Cardi B track, you want to kind of at least match her energy in some respects. I think a lot of the features did.
Like This Is a Feature's pretty good.
Yeah, SZA did
absolutely
destroy that feature, but she can't really do much wrong at the moment. SZA's having a nice moment.
Yeah,
I think TDE in general is having moments,
of course,
killing the game. But yeah, those tracks kind of have the same
aesthetic
message as well.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt like they were just a continuation on Be Careful being that kind of warning of don't treat me like them other Insta vixens. I'm different, like you should know how lucky you are to have me. Be careful with me, sort of thing. Yeah. And then Through Your Phone, it just becomes a bit more venomous and nasty. And I actually, so I prefer the production on Be Careful to Through Your Phone, but I prefer the lyrics on Through Your Phone because I think she had some interesting lines there. Like I said, when Cardi B is trying to be nasty or kind of like gritty, I prefer it. I think she has a talent for it, like most New Yorkers do. I haven't been there, but it's my kind of my perspective of it. They talk trash better than most people, and she does it quite well. So the sensitive notes on Be Careful don't hit quite as hard as like the kind of venomous, angry notes do on Through Your Phone. But still, both of those tracks were some of the weakest on the album.
Yeah, I think somewhere in between those two gears you speak of is the Chance track. Yeah. which features the sort of optimistic chants that I know you hate. I like the track personally.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Blessed Life, it's called.
Best Life.
Oh, Best Life.
Either or.
I can't
either
be.
or.
I'm not wrong. Am I wrong?
You're probably not wrong. But yeah, I think the sort of the tracks that we have come to expect from her, like that first gear that you mentioned, we're just going to go with your.
That's the metaphor.
Yeah, we're just going to go with this. I think those are the tracks that do come out strongest on this album, and every time it sort of descends into that other, like, emotional core Cardi B, that's when it sort of descends into like generic pop rap territory that you know, it's so like late 2000s, like
and even the one that I'd forgotten about that you brought up,
that's the worst one.
It even sounds like a late 2000s R&B track. I just didn't, or maybe even like a cut from like old Justin Bieber songs. Like some very weak production. Even Justin Bieber doesn't do that anymore. He's moved on, and that just felt like a very weird note to hit. It slowed the momentum right down for the album. It kind of and made you realize where you were. And it's a short project already. It's only 48 minutes roundabout, give or take.
And
so
it's
to
weird.
feel the length at that point is strange.
Yeah, and it's weird that an album called Invasion of Privacy sort of falters at the more emotional moments.
Yeah.
That's another layer of irony here.
There are a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, like the songs that are strong here are really strong, you know. Like
which are those, in your opinion?
I would say, obviously, Bodak Yellow is a good, obviously.
Strong single.
That Bacon Head jam is...
Yes.
Yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly, again, because of the personality.
Yes,
And
yeah.
There are some really funny moments on that track
My
as well.
gosh, she had... I love hearing that kind of... It's so nice to finally hear that female perspective on the typical hip-hop sexual innuendo.
Yeah.
Because we hear so much the good dick lines and the references to really smashing, and then just hearing that female perspective, but kind of still on that very high, aggressive sexual energy was so refreshing that, you know... I like that. I enjoyed that. She had some really fun lyrics on there. I agree.
Whether she wrote them herself is...
there are a lot of writing credits on there. But again, for me, it doesn't take anything away.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't really mind because as much as it may or may not have been written by her, I don't think anyone can pull off those lyrics that were written in the same way that she can.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Even if it was written for her, they were definitely written for her, and at no point do I kind of think like, this is this is not you. This is outside of your realm.
Exactly. And if we're talking about it as an album, I don't think the writing credits really matter that much. If we're talking about her as an MC, that's a different argument.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, like the fact that this held my attention all the way through.
Yeah. And what did you think of the Drip, the Migos joint?
I mean, that's really typical Migos joint.
100%. It felt like a B-side from Culture 2.
Jeepers, an album full of B-sides.
Exactly,
like 2 hours of B-sides.
And when I say that, I don't think it's actually a bad track. When it started off, it's definitely a Migos beat.
Yeah.
Cardi B does that kind of chameleon thing that most people do when they're on a Migos song, where she had that Migos flow.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with it is that I liked Cardi's verse, I liked Offset's verse.
Yes.
And then it just went far too long because Takeoff and Quavo really phoned in their verses, in my opinion.
That's what Migos is now, for me, at least.
Yeah,
Offset,
you're true.
Offset's very much the ringleader now.
True?
You're true. That's true.
You're true.
So I look forward to his features, and then the other two chime in, and it's just, that loses me.
But we knew that the Migos cut was coming with Cardi B dating Offset as well. There are a lot of allusions towards that in this album.
Yeah.
And a lot of the angry relationship things are directed towards Offset, which is
weird,
very interesting. But it also is kind of nice to see that, you know, thuggish exterior that one needs to put on, and while not being afraid to, you know, bear the soul. Whether or not they're executed well, which I think we both agree they weren't.
Yeah.
It is a nice decision for the album.
Yes. I mean, it's nice to know that she's willing to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Another standout for me is Body or Cardi.
Body.
Yeah.
Get him a bite.
That's I would not be mad if I heard that on a night out.
Yeah, no. I think she has some interesting hooks, like and those catchy hooks with that nice production behind it. I think it's pretty cool. Another one of those really catchy earworm songs was I Like It.
Yeah. With the sample, the old school song. I don't know what the name of that track is, but
at that very oft sample
sample
song. I like the Spanish verses.
Yeah.
The second guy, I'm gonna have to check who is J Balvin. So Bad Bunny, I thought had a great verse.
Yeah.
And then J Balvin just brought the energy right down. Some very lazy delivery. Yeah.
But
always doing it through your phone. But I thought that was a fun track. I enjoy it. I like the beat. It was a nice kind of departure from the kind of trap rap that is most of the rest of the album. So that was cool. Having said that, I have a problem with the hook because as much props as I give to Cardi B for social media presence and her newfound rap career and whatever, girl cannot sing. It's a very annoying, and I have the same opinion for Kanye West, for Eminem.
Yeah.
A lot of it, I'm not saying stick to your lane because, spread your wings, black girl, do what you want to do, follow your dreams. But, the features on here when you have a different person on the hook, I think it works quite well.
Yeah.
And
just a bit of self-awareness is all we
Yeah.
asked for it.
It got a bit whiny.
Yeah.
And it's annoying because the first half of the hook, when she's rapping on it, it's great. It's really catchy. And then it goes into the singing part, and I'm like, and for that reason, that won't ever make it into my playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you speak of great hooks, but then the other side of the coin is she bad.
Why, G? Why? G? Why? G?
Why, G?
And I'll be honest, when I listened to this for the first time in the car, was plugged in the aux, I wasn't actually looking at the track list while I was listening to it. I couldn't tell that was YG at all. Completely unrecognizable. It wasn't his flow, it wasn't his delivery, barely his voice.
Yeah.
If you didn't show me the feature list, I would go through 20 different rappers before I would say that was YG.
Which is weird because he's always got a lot of personality on the track. Exactly. You always know it's YG. So that's kind of disappointing that album, he gets lost in the sort of Cardi beatness.
Man, I mean that album from...
Still Brazy.
Still Brazy, was that last year or the year before?
2016.
2016? Yeah. Such an amazing West Coast bop and really good. And brings me to another thing that I'd like to bring up, the amount of blood references that Cardi B makes on here. Yeah. Really nailing her colours to the mast, as it were. Very kind of surprising for me. I wasn't aware. But then again, I don't follow her social media as much. But I thought that was quite interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. But other than that, there isn't a lot of interesting lyricism for us to pick over. I don't think.
I like the opening track.
Oh, Get Up 10?
Yeah, Get Up 10. Like, I think that's a good sort of tone setter for the album.
Okay.
I think she delivers some really solid lines on that album, on that song, not on the album. But yeah, other than that, I didn't really have any moments where I was like, besides picking it. Yeah.
Yes.
Which we spoke about.
We spoke about it, yeah.
But I guess that's the big flaw with this album, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing new in terms of lyricism, nothing new in terms of sound. Personality, is it?
Yeah, that's very much carries the album. I'm on a different wavelength from you with Get Up 10. I think I agree with you that there were some really good lines, and I liked where the song was coming from, because Cardi B has that rags to riches story that is very much the foundation of the American dream, and is what a lot of people are searching for. So guys and girls out there, putting their mixtapes in people's letterboxes, they're all chasing that dream.
So do you think it's a bit unoriginal in that sense?
No, I don't mind it. It's just the message of it and the lyrics in it are both great. I just hate the production very much.
Okay.
It just reminds me of every epic triumphant rap song from the mid-2000s.
Yeah, okay.
And then at the end when it eventually knocked down 9 times but get up 10.
Yeah.
Sounds like it could be like a DMX song or something.
What's wrong with the DMX song?
Nothing's
There's
wrong.
nothing wrong with the DMX song.
It's just I again, like I do recognize the positive lyrics that you put in there.
Yeah.
There's some great decisions, and there's a cool narrative through that song. But again, there are something about that production. I'm not going to put that into my playlist, and that's my problem. I think with the album is that I think she's done very well for her debut, coming from not being in a rap background, all those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Mad props to Cardi B for it, but there are very few songs on this that I'm going to be
Putting into your
playing
rotation.
again.
Yeah.
I don't see myself coming back to Body of Cardi, even though it was fun.
I'd come back to that.
It was interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if this came on at the club, I wouldn't be mad at it. It's different from I'm going to throw this on when
Sometimes
I'm
I want to bring the club to my home.
My living room is the club. At least that's what I tell girls. Go out, but I'm too broke. It's just me with like my cell phone light. Then Drip again. It's nice, but I'm not going to put it in because I'm going to have to skip it when Offset's done, because then I have to sit through 2 more minutes of drip 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 drip, and then Quavo being bored and Takeoff being bored.
Best Life isn't going to be like a permanent fixture on your playlist?
Again, Best Life. I know I'm going into this again, but no one else has heard this. You've heard this,
yeah.
But I don't buy it. I 100% don't buy it. I cannot buy into a song that has the I'm living my best life. I'm so blessed. I'm called to this. I've been blessed with this life. And then all the lyrics in all the verses are about the hard work and the grind. And I did this, and I can't get over that clash. But
maybe that's what they're getting at.
What are they getting at?
The sort of hard work that leads to your best life.
Yes, but I would agree if that was the actual message of the song. But there's so many lyrics that allude to their blessings and to their God-given purpose. And then also there are so many... So are you saying that I need to have God bless me with this? Or can I work hard like you're also saying on the same track?
Okay, you've made that more clear now.
Yeah, and I feel like every time I listen to a song like that, I'm like, I don't know if I'm okay with this. Whereas, as much as I wasn't a massive fan of Coloring Book, there are tracks on there like Same Drugs or Blessings.
All night.
No. Or Blessings, where there is, I feel, a more of a purer message because there is a commitment to the one lyrical theme. And this song in particular, and both in Cardi B and Chance the Rapper's verse, I'm not even singling out Cardi B here. I think also in Chance's verse.
Yeah. I thought you were just singling out Chance, bro.
No.
I thought this was just your moment in this review to just kill Chance.
I don't, because I still go back to acid rap from time to time. I don't hate Chance the Rapper. Yeah. Ultralight Beam was okay.
Could have fooled me. Bro.
And there was an absolutely torrid line. The worst line on the album comes from Chance the Rapper.
The tie.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that someone in 2018 can throw that on wax, and the world isn't mad at that. Like it was the
you don't
most.
Like winning, I can see it in your tie.
No, so you don't like winning. I can see it in your eye. You don't like winning. I can tell it by your tie.
Yeah, but
what? There's no. That's not even like a fun play on words.
It is.
What rhymes with I?
No,
tie?
winning tie like 0-0.
0-0. Yeah, but like, what are you alluding to? I hated it. I hated it so much.
I love it.
It took me out of the next minute of the song because I was just, oh no. Like, I don't know, man.
But that's punchline rap, dude. Like, I've had this conversation with you so many times.
But I can enjoy some
cheesy
punchline
as
rap.
Hell.
Yeah, give me some old school Lil Wayne and I'll be right there on the punchlines.
Jeez.
But I don't know. The rest, there are some later verses and later moments in Chance's verse where I'm like, oh, he's rapping his ass off. Yeah. Why did he throw that line in the beginning? And I guess for me, that kind of sums up my experience with the album.
Yeah. Some
cool moments, but undercut by some moments that just prevent me from really committing to this album as a long-term feature in my my playlist.
Right. So, out of 10?
Yeah, just the fact that I don't see myself returning to this album at all, except for maybe 2 songs, and even then, so dictated by the circumstances. It's not going to be a regular
Yeah.
play for me.
Yeah.
But partnered with the debut album, and I think, like I said, we have to give props for the kind of raw, unapologetic personality that I think most people don't have the courage to do on a record, especially not a debut. I'm going to give this a 6.
Cool. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't think this is going to age very well, particularly. And I don't think it brought me anything new. Didn't really give me anything that I needed from an album. But so unapologetically raw and so much personality. I feel like these words are so generic at this point, but it's the only way to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling a 10 out of 10 on this one. I'm thinking of also 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yeah.
We're in agreement. 6 out of 10 for Cardi B. If this album is for Cardi B fans, if you're already a fan of Cardi B, you probably will find something that you like on the album. So if that is you, don't let our rating stop you from listening to it.
No.
There is some entertainment value to be found in there if that is your scene. Let us know what you would rate this album in the comments. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from us, some more mediocre reviews.
Yeah. And
some more mediocre reviews.
Yeah.
And keep overthinking.
There's a lot of mediocrity out there, guys.
There is.
And to just come to us to
have it exposed.
Yeah.
Keep overthinking about all of the media that you consume. Don't be a sheepses.
Hey, but today I'm your host.